Hey everyone, this is Tim from YourSixStudios. Today we're going to be talking about the PlayStation 5 and some specifications that we can expect when it comes out. Now, the release date hasn't been confirmed, but they did say it won't be coming out in 2019. So I'm going to go through some articles with the specification of the PlayStation 5 and probably what I enjoy most about it and what I'm looking forward to most about the PlayStation 5. And just to start out, I think I'm going to like backwards compatibility as my top thing right now in terms of my features. I'm excited for that. Just be able to play my entire library from the PlayStation 4 all on my PlayStation 5 with any kind of upscaling or anything it does with the image going on to a 4K or even an 8K television. That's right. It's going to be able to upscale to 8K televisions in the future at some point in time. Now, I don't have a 4K TV, so that's still a long ways off for me. But your PlayStation 5 will be able to support 8K content coming up at some point in time. So let's go ahead and go through one of these articles and just talk about the specifications of the PlayStation 5 right now. This is from MP First Multiplayer, first.com. I love this website for any kind of multiplayer information for games and such. So Mike Cerny is the lead system architect for the PlayStation 5. We're looking at a 8-core AMD Zen 2 based 3rd generation Ryzen processor. Now, the GPU and CPU, they're just going to be mid-range components for this. So don't expect anything too hyper or excellent or awesome like you could find in a gaming computer. It's not going to happen when you're pricing the PlayStation 5 at around $400. And I think that's where they're going to price it. You look at how they priced the PlayStation 3 at $500 on launch. PlayStation 3 didn't sell all that great. You're looking at the similar numbers for the PlayStation 3 as the PS4 right now, around 90 million. And the PlayStation 3 is still being sold to this day. And not very good numbers at $500 for a price point. They're going to be coming down with the price to about $400. If they can get $350, I'd be absolutely in love with them. But I don't think they're going to be able to do it with all the stuff they're packing into the PlayStation 5 right now. So then we're looking at a AMD Navi GPU that's going to be supporting ray tracing. Now, ray tracing is something we see a lot in the movies. It takes a substantial amount of GPU power to produce all those. It's essentially a realistic shine of light. That's how I think of it. So each individual ray of light is going off in their own direction. They have their own path that they're going to be manipulated by the environment to reach the ground or wherever they're hitting. So, I mean, when you put your hands up in front of the sun, you're going to see all these different rays coming through, and that's how they're going to try to replicate it in-game, and it takes a lot of processing power to do that. So, they're going to have a AMD GPU that's going to be able to support ray tracing, and that's going to take a lot of resources to do that, but if they do it correctly and it works, it's going to be amazing for us when we're playing video games. Now, they're talking about 3D audio. I really haven't heard much about 3D audio at all at this point, but it's supposed to be aiding ray tracing somehow. I don't know how that's different than the standard Dolby Digital right now and the surround sound. So I'm interested to get a demo of that at some point in the future. Now, one of the things I'm most impressed about with the PlayStation 5 is the SSD, the solid state drive, their hard drive. Now, this thing is going to be loading games a heck of a lot quicker than it did in the past with the standard PlayStation 4 hard drive. Now, the PS4 Pro loads Spider-Man in 15 seconds. This solid state drive will load it in 0.8 seconds. So that's a substantial increase. They're saying that's 19 times faster. I have a SSD in my computer, and my operating system loads up just like that, so much quicker than just a standard hard drive. So if you're looking to spend a little bit of money to upgrade your computer, an SSD is the way to go, and load your operating system on it. It's so quick. And then I already talked about backwards compatibility. We're going to be having our entire PlayStation 4 library on our PlayStation 5, all upscaled. And one thing I want to note about the PlayStation VR, it has sold 4.2 million copies so far. That's substantially more than they were thinking at PlayStation. And we're going to see that support continue on to the PlayStation 5. And this is backwards compatible. If you have this headset right here, you're going to be able to use it all on your PlayStation 5. So don't worry, it's future-proof at this point, it seems like. But the next PlayStation 5 headset that's coming out for the PSVR, it's all wireless. And with the next PlayStation 5 headset that's coming out, they're going to be adding something called like eye focusing, where wherever you're looking is going to render at a much higher detail and quality, and wherever you're not looking is going to be lower quality. So it's going to save up some system resources to have a better image for you where you're looking. And that's really, really impressive. I'm interested to hear more about that. And it's going to be a wireless headset, so you can walk around with it. You don't have to worry about tripping. And I think that's a huge upgrade for the next PSVR. I'm looking forward to that. So huge support for PSVR from Sony. Expect that for the PlayStation 5 to continue on. And for the release date, it's not in 2019, unfortunately, guys. There is some rumors right now that they're saying, hey, it's going to come out March 2020. I don't know about that. How many consoles have launched around March? Not too many that I know of. And it's probably going to be around the holiday season of 2020. That's the most likely. We'll hear more about that coming up during the summer. Sony, I believe, is not going to E3 this year, which I believe is an indication that they're going to be moving on towards the PlayStation 5 and announcing that themselves at their own event coming up at some point. So I'm going to just expect a 2020 holiday season launch for the PlayStation 5. I think that's very logical based off of just the past consoles that have launched. Now, I just looked this up. On March 4th, 2000, in Japan, the PlayStation 2 did launch, and they were highly successful with the PlayStation 2. And the PlayStation 2 has sold around 160 million units. So maybe there's some evidence that's going to come out in March of 2020. Who knows at this point in time? I'm sure we'll be finding out more from Sony in the future. This is Tim from YourSixStudios signing out, and this is the PlayStation News.